What's up, Wallet Monkeys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna cover how to 10x your approval odds, right? So how to 10x your approval odds. All right, let's dive into it. Okay, so first things first is, and we've covered this many times on the channel, make sure that you go to the bureaus, and it might actually serve you to pull like a really long form report, like from annualcreditreports.com, which they're still giving, I think, monthly, free on all three. And you want to pull those reports and look at them for your address, your name, and phone numbers. Shout out to this video sponsor, us. Yes, that's right. We recently launched our Credit Mastermind. If you want to get your first 100K in credit or your next 100K in credit, this might be the way that you can level up, right? So this is a dedicated group where that is our sole intention for the next 12 months. After that, it is all about getting new streams of revenue established. So figuring out how to get cash off those cards, turn that cash into streams of revenue, more money, and essentially collecting and acquiring assets, right? So if this is something that you want to do, this is where you want to take the game next, this might be something that you're interested in, link right here or down in the description below. Again, that's the Credit Mastermind. Now let's get back to the video. So right out of the gates, if you've changed address within the last 6 months, you're gonna have a harder time with ID verification. And since most banks use ID verification, we wanna make sure we get these things sorted out, right? And just have the new address, get rid of the old address, and make sure you've transferred everything over from bank accounts to credit card accounts to everything you possibly can change over to the new account. Lastly, phone numbers. So we just had somebody recently that had 19 phone numbers on their TransUnion account, which they didn't even know, and they didn't know until they pulled their longer form credit report from annualcreditreports.com. So you might want to head over there just to double check, because a lot of times we're checking it at one place and we think we've got everything, everything tightened up and tidied up, and we might not, right? So before you even get started, make sure all of that is set up properly and you've double and triple checked it. And the reason why, and we actually brought this up in the Credit App Spree video most recently, is because ID verification is huge now. And if they're gonna soft pull your credit, chances are very, very high that they're gonna do ID verification, which is some form of them matching the information that you've given them, phone number, name, address, with what's on your credit profile. So if you're giving them different information than what's on the credit profile, it's not gonna pass. And you're gonna get, we can't match you with offers, you're gonna get types of messages like that. Cool? So start there. Next, let's use the matching engines to our benefit. So if we go and we use the pre-qual tool, a lot of times people don't even use that, right? And they just go right in and they, for some reason, they go in and they try and get a brand new credit card and they get a hard pull and then, oh, I didn't get it, what happened? It's like, whoa, slow down. Start at the pre-qual tools. See what result that's giving you. That's only giving you a piece of data. So we need to go beyond that. So this is where we can use the matching engines and even go beyond that to really, like I said, 10x our odds. So we got 5 matching engines to go through. It's Credit Karma, it's Wallet Hub, it's Credit Match, which is by creditcards.com. Nav has got a tool, and then Credit Sesame or Sesame, right? And that is basically, I think, like an app tool, and it only matches with certain amounts. That reminds me of, I think it's IdentIQ or Identity IQ or something like that. That's another tool that's out there, and they'll only match with like subprime cards for the most part. So I think that's pretty much the same with Credit Sesame. So anyways, those are the tools that you want to use to see what kind of match odds you're getting. So every one of them use something a little bit different, but some use a percentage, which is like 0 to 100%. Some use fair, good, excellent odds, et cetera, et cetera. Again, see where you're sitting at with that. Next, if you're getting conflicting data there, or you're not getting any match sets back, that must mean that there's something going on with the opt-in, opt-out. So the next thing I'd be looking at is I'd be looking at SageStream, LexisNexis, and all these second-tier bureaus that the credit bureaus actually pull data from. Now, it's okay to have it frozen, but just make sure that you're opted in. If you're opted out, that means that nobody's gonna be sending you credit card offers, and you've specifically said, stop sending me offers, okay? Now, this could stop you from actually getting targeted offers too, which you do want. So make sure that you're opted in at those places. And then lastly, what we want to do, and this is the last piece that we could use to really make sure that our odds are going to be the best that they possibly can, is to make sure that we've got up-to-date email address and we're constantly checking that so that the banks can actually be sending us targeted offers. Targeted offers are like a 99 percentile that you're gonna get it, unless something dramatic changes from like one day to the next. But if you get that thing today and you go and apply, again, the odds are like 99 percentile. So targeted offers are very different than a generic offer that you get in the mail. Generic offer that you get in the mail is usually like up to X amount of limit. APRs as low as, and this is true for credit cards, this is true for personal loans. Those are not really that targeted. It just means in a general roundabout way, when they took a snapshot of your profile, that you qualified. Now, that might have been a month ago, that might have been a couple of weeks ago, another statement date might have came out, there might have been some big dramatic changes, more accounts started reporting on your credit profile, so just keep that in mind, and that might actually stop you from getting those, which is why those are only like, I don't know, maybe 60% percentile with the generic offers that you get in the mail, and then you obviously need to poke around and see how you can get more intel before you pull the trigger. The biggest thing I can tell you is that where most people make the mistake is they get really, really excited and then they go pull the trigger way too quick before they've got enough data and intel. So follow this 3-step process. It's very, very simple. So first we want to make sure that our credit reports are all up to speed. We want to use the pre-qual tool. We want to then use the credit card matching engines to go up against that and to compare that data. And then we want to make sure that all of our information is up to date at the bank, because I'm assuming you've already got a relationship there, so that we can start to get those targeted offers and then obviously go from there. So let me give you a couple examples as to how you can start to really figure out bank by bank how they operate. I'll give you 2 examples. First off, Chase. Chase recently brought back their pre-qual tool, right? But the thing is that I would say 90% of people are getting the message that says, hey, we can't find any offers to match with you. Well, there's 2 other places that you can look. You can actually go into your Chase account and make sure that you have mail offers selected, or check to see what mailed offers you've gotten. I believe that's still in your Chase account. The one I know for a fact is still there is offers for me. So that should be somewhere in your account, whether it's a personal or a business account as well, is they're always gonna be pre-qualifying you and have offers selected for you if you qualify. Second example is Truist. Truist, for example, you might get all the way through the pre-qualification and hey, they matched you with 5 cards. Now you go ahead and you click which one you want to apply on, which is the big purple apply now button. And you go through, you put in your data and your information, and then you get sent to this weird kind of error page that says that they basically can't proceed because ID verification failed. Well, all that means, that doesn't mean no, that means you just got to go into a branch. See, so this is why we have to dig deeper. And so this is the way that I would use to 10x your approval odds. All right, that's it. See ya. Hey, you should subscribe. 60% of you are not subscribed yet. Right there. Okay, bye.